Well, he's been a guest before on Dave's Home Supply, getting up to speed, but we are going to get up to speed of how 2023 has went for Justyn Cox in the Bates Hamilton Racing number 42X, including leading the Sprint Car Challenge Tour points and sitting fourth in the NARC 410 Sprint Series points, and that big win at Tulare where Trophy Cup's going to be, and he got it done by winning the Dennis Roth Classic. That's coming up next after these messages. Dave's Home Supply specializes in cabinets, flooring, and countertops. Visit their website at daveshomesupply.com to look at products, services, financing, and even a free estimate. Are you looking for bookkeeping, payroll, or income tax services? Then check out the folks at For You Simple Bookkeeping. They are a licensed tax preparer throughout the entire United States. For more information, click on the link in the description. Well, rejoining me for the Dave's Home Supply Getting Up to Speed podcast is Justyn Cox, pilot of the Bates Hamilton Racing number 42X. And Justyn, 2023, it's almost coming to an end, but that means one thing. Trophy Cup is Trophy Cup week, and things about ready to touch off.
Yeah, it's always an exciting part of the year. Obviously, things are just about done, but you always kind of have those nerves and excitement leading up to Trophy Cup as it's California's crown jewel event currently. It's, the toughest race of the year, in my opinion. And just with the format and who shows up and, 360 cars are so close that it's just everybody's just on edge the whole time. So I'm excited for it. We've had a pretty solid season. We're close to doing most of what goals we had ticked off. I think without some bad luck, we would have already had the amount of wins we wanted to get and stuff as a team. So, we're right there, and it's been fun, and it sure has gone by fast.
I was going to say, you guys have been in contention for a lot of races, so, it hasn't been for a lack of effort. You guys were very fast last weekend, especially in that first leg of the Maury Williams Memorial. You guys had a very fast piece at Petaluma as well for Adobe Cup. And, you've gotten some pretty solid wins, and one of them being a big one for the Dennis Roth Classic earlier in the spring at Tulare.
Yeah, exactly. It was pretty cool to knock off a win early in the season and kind of just get that out of the way. Obviously, we've taken our lumps and strides along the way too. Not every season's perfect, and again, it just was a building year with Josh and I and Roger and the whole BHR team. We found some things that we really like, and Josh is able to he's able to read my style a little bit more, and we've built on a really good package this second half of the season, and I feel like most nights we're right up there in the front. Just a little bit of bad luck, like at Adobe Cup. I'm pretty sure we had that race won if we didn't have a fuel pickup issue. And, last weekend at Hanford, I think we had a great shot to win there. We're a little on the tight side, which made it hard in traffic. And come to find out anyway, when we sent our shocks off to get checked this week, that we did have a bad right rear shock. So that definitely didn't help with the ending of that first main and the second main. So just small little things here and there happen. And no, we're not holding our heads down. At least I think we're all pretty happy with everything that's been going on. And the car's been rolled in the trailer most every night, and we've been in the top 10 majority of the time. I mean, we haven't really ran outside the top 10 too often, only a handful of times. And some of those were with the Outlaws, which can be expected sometimes. So, I'm just really lucky and having fun. And, we have these next 3 weekends of racing, and then it's rebuild and see what we do for next year.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's such wonderful news to hear, is that you're having fun, because when you're in a situation and you just kind of feel puzzled and unknown and not sure where you're at, I mean, for you, and, by all means, tell me if I'm on the wrong track here, but, when you're happy and you're happy brings comfortability brings, less pressure, and that allows you as a driver to perform, I would say, better, and that stress level is at a very minimum low, if existent at all.
Yeah. There's zero stress on my side, and it's a nice and welcome sight. I've been in some situations like that before, and obviously the results have spoken for themselves on certain years like that. And this year is no different. BHR is like family to me. I love everybody on the team. We all get along great. And, we had a kind of a clear goal. We had a meeting at the beginning of the year of not really expectations, but hopes. And, if we can get close to that, everyone would be pretty content. And obviously, you're never 100% content. You want to have a lights out year. You want the double-digit wins and things like that. But I'm pretty realistic with standards and setting them for myself. And I haven't really gotten down on the bad nights, which is nice. And when I don't do my job 100%, the team is really good at trying to pick me back up. And there's no pointing fingers or anything in this group. So, yeah, I just, they make my life easy. I got a pretty busy work life and family life as well. So juggling it in with a full race schedule can be difficult at times, but they make it so easy and fun for me that it doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel like I have to do it like I've done in the past. I just want to do it. And I think, when everything's right, we're just as good as everybody else in the pits. And that's a great feeling to have, to even contend for wins. California is very tough, and I've been there before. I've done some cool things, but I think this is my best shot to have the stronger seasons than I have in the past. So, just really lucky. I do believe I'm in it next year. It doesn't sound like it's going any other way.
Sure.
So, we've got some ideas and hopes and dreams for next year, and should be good. It was critical to try and keep everything in one piece this year and build off of that. And we've done that for the most part. And, they've still got some races to go, but we're closing in on a couple cool goals that we had. And it's just been kind of a turning point for me with my racing career, whatever you want to say, in a positive light for sure. And renowned energy to want to do this for a few more years to go, or however long they want me.
Well, and you mentioned goals earlier in the year when we first had you on the program. One deal was going to be run NARC full time, and right now riding fourth, top 5 in points with that series, and doing the full schedule with that tour, which is, man, it's started off, in the spring and in the summer with lots of racing and stuff. And then it's kind of a summer break for you guys to go and do, for folks that want to go race Knoxville or, concentrate on domestic stuff in California. And also the team is riding at the top of the table for the Sprint Car Challenge Tour. I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Our initial goal was, for one, to fulfill the schedule. And it can be challenging to balance both NARC and SCCT, as there are some double nights and things of that nature. In Stockton, we'll have 2 cars out as well, just like we did at Hanford not too long ago. But yeah, we're right there. We're only, I think, 9, 10, or 11 something points out of third with NARC, which is great. There's really good guys there, and we're pretty solid in that 4th spot. And then the SCCT deal, we've led most of the year. We had one big hoopsie at the hardest race of the year for SCCT, which is what you don't want to do. I didn't even make it out of C main. So it's pretty cool that we're still leading and have a decent little gap. Got really close there for a second, but we were able to dig ourselves out of a hole at Petaluma, even with the issues we had. So, obviously it's always been a goal of mine to be a champion in some form of sprint car racing. I haven't ran points too many times in my life with sprint cars. So, we have a really good shot to finish off the SCCT deal, which is just, capping my feather and the 42X team. They've done it with the owner side. They've never done it with the driver because of the injury that went on that year when they won the owner's title. We're happy. We had goals to win a couple races at Placerville, and we did. And we obviously wanted to win on the NARC tour, and we really want to win on the SCCT tour. We just kind of missed out on one, and we still got one more shot at Stockton to hopefully cap that off with a win. And, if we do all that, then I think it's successful for all of us. So, kind of we're close to meeting most of the goals. And then next year, rather than kind of, I think I looked at my average, I'm averaging about a 7th place finish this year between everything. I would, I'm sure they would like to as well, move that needle a little closer to the top 5. If you can average top 5 throughout a year, then it's a really, really good year in my mind. So that's kind of the goals here. And I'm just tickled to death to be in this opportunity and in this spot.
Well, and you mentioned earlier you guys had kind of came across something that just gelled well, and that kind of alludes to a couple of wins that you were able to put together at Placerville. And I mean, was there anything specific? I know watching some of the Cali Dirt TV programs on the Speed Sport platform that you guys just seem to have everything click together on some of those nights, and the 42X is just flying.
Yeah, we kind of, Placerville's always been the one place I really know what I want in a car. It's the best way I can explain, between bars, shocks, and chassis setup and things of that nature. And we kind of had just been struggling with qualifying. I haven't been doing my job. Maybe I just haven't been gelling with the car right in qualifying, whatever the case may be. But once we got to Placerville, it was nice. There's some local shows. Placerville local is still one of the deepest local talents around, and everything just went right. We qualified good, all the confidence after qualifying good in the heat race, draw a good pill, and get up front racing. And when I smell blood, I typically do all right staying up front. I love racing in the front. It just kind of changes your mindset quite a bit. And to win 2 in a row there is pretty neat. I've never done that in my career. I have double-digit wins at Placerville over the years, but never back-to-back like that. And, we just, ever since then, everything's been firing on all 8 really well. We've been qualifying up front and starting up front and leading a lot of laps. We just haven't finished anything off yet since then, but I think we still got 5 more shots to do that for the rest of the year.
Well, and you mentioned about NARC, coming back and running NARC full-time. And this version of NARC, going to a lot of different places, and obviously Dirt Cup's thrown in there, fastest 4 days in motorsports, Dennis Roth Classic, Peter Murphy Classic, some big paying shows, Howard Kading Classic, even thrown in there. It's been lots of good racing overall.
Yeah, the NARC deal is just littered with special events and races, and there's not too many just standard paying NARC shows anymore, which is really cool. Drivers and teams really appreciate that. It all goes back into the racing, and it kind of just, I feel like the more money gets put into something, the more the event feels special and the more the drivers push. And it's just it's a neat deal to be able to do that. Jim Allen's done a great job of working really hard to make NARC special again. I think there's 7 or 8 full-time guys this year, which is great for the series. And 5, 6 of those guys are big winners all across the nation, really. So, it's just, it's neat to be back on the NARC tour. I haven't done it since my only time I did it was 2016. And it's just been fun. I definitely enjoy the 410 stuff a lot. It's a little bit of adjustment to get to that rhythm. The driving style is just a little bit different. But I feel like we've held our own. We've had, a couple second place finishes, and obviously that win at Tulare with the Roth, which was neat. So, I'm happy with it. I think, traveling a little bit makes it really fun. I've always been one that enjoys traveling, especially to the Northwest. So, I've enjoyed the whole season. I like how the schedule works out, and kind of allows you to still put together a plethora of other races and have a solid, true, 45, 50 race schedule if you wanted to.
And obviously Trophy Cup this weekend, 3 nights of racing. Kern County dirt track at Kern County Raceway Park will be. NARC kicks off a week from Saturday, and then the tribute to Gary Patterson at Stockton for NARC and SCCT. Beyond that, that's kind of just it for the year for you guys. That'll be the final series of races. Are you going to try and go to Antioch the week after, or try and hit anything post Stockton?
After Stockton myself, no. There will be the prize driver in the 42X at Antioch.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a special deal there with that. And, yeah, that's, I don't know if they'll announce that or if that's just to show up and do it, but I won't drop the news on that. But yeah, the 42X will have one more race at Antioch. I'll be there scraping mud and hanging out. So, yeah, we just have the rest of these, and then my daughter should be born early December. So, the timing of everything works out good, and, I'll get to enjoy her for a few months, and then it's off to the races again, next year. I don't really know. We don't have our schedule quite figured out. I think there's been some talks of a few different ideas of what we want to do. Definitely going to be focusing more on 410 stuff. I can confidently tell you we won't do a full SCCT deal again. Kind of just, enjoying that this year, and we'll fill in on some of the bigger races with SCCT, but won't follow that whole deal. And then obviously the NARC deal is highlighted as a possibility again, and maybe a trip to the Midwest or something if it all works out perfectly. So
I think you are probably in the same seat as about dozens, if not hundreds, of different drivers that are not sure what they're doing next year with all the wild and crazy stuff that's on the horizon.
Yeah, there's a lot of mumble about what's going on. So we're all just sitting back and we're going to see what unfolds, and then make our decision on what makes the most sense. But we definitely, as a team, want to get to Knoxville and do the Nationals. If that happens, awesome. We have a kind of a plan in place if we can make it happen of what to do. So might be fun. I might be able to, kind of travel back to the Midwest again for a little bit, which is something I've craved. I haven't been able to do in a long time, and really at one point thought I'd never get to do again. So right now we're just working on a game plan, and we'll see where the sponsors line up and what we can do. But I do know it'll be a lot more 410 stuff, which is ideally what we want, and try and help grow the 410 stuff more in California and make it stronger than ever.
Well, I do know this. You definitely were there in spirit at Knoxville, at least at the High V in the bakery department, because they had, sprint cars, and I think I might have tagged you in the post. I can't remember, but they had the Bates Hamilton 42X, one of those like little rollback zipper cars. And I don't know if you were leading. I don't know if you were third. I don't know what was happening as far as track position, but you were coming out of turn number 2.
Yeah. I have a lot of time back in Knoxville over the years with Brian Brown. I drove his car there for a weekly deal for most of the season one year, and obviously went back there with Harley Van Dyke, and even took my own team back there once. So I love Knoxville. I love the Midwest. I have a lot of great friends in that area, and it's something we all want to do. I don't think Josh has ever taken his car there. And Roger is obviously sponsored with Tim Kading over the years, but I think he would really love to see his own team there as well. So we'll see what we can do. And hopefully if all goes well, we'll be able to make a trip out there a little bit and have some fun.
No doubt. And I know that we've heard this before, but I always love giving drivers and team members an opportunity. But people that you want to thank, or sponsors you want to thank for 2023?
Yeah, obviously, first and foremost, Josh Bates, Roger, and Lori Hamilton. They're the owners of the 42X, and they took a chance on a guy that was pretty much over racing last year. So that's awesome to them. They are family to me. I love them all to death. And then Scotty and Hayden, they work their butts off on the team. Our crew guy Drew as well. That all of them, they make it go round. Recently we've had our buddy Matt Copeland, Rev Chip. He's been around. He's been a great addition to the team. Ali Sipes for doing all of our PR stuff, along with Gary Thomas. It's a big team effort to make the 42X team go round. And then we have just really good sponsors and Benefit RFP, Lippert Construction, Mazingo Construction, Tykert Construction, Clo Valve. There's just, there's probably 50 other ones on there, but, those are some of our primary guys, and they've allowed me to get in the car and go in circles. So very lucky for it all. And, at the end of the day, just thankful that I have a nice wife that lets me go out and race, especially for next year when we'll have 2 kids at home, and she's going to hold down the fort and let me go be a kid a little bit, which is, a true blessing. So, just thankful to everyone and thankful for you giving me the time of day and talking to me. And hopefully, we can go have some fun this weekend at Trophy Cup, and turn some heads. I didn't see my name anywhere under the contenders list on any of these dang blogs, so maybe we'll change their minds. I think they forget we almost won this thing in 2018. So
yeah,
I lost it by only 2 spots, and so hopefully we can go out there and see what we can do.
Absolutely, it's always a pleasure. And I know that you've got a great social media presence, especially with the team pages and the social media. For folks that want to see that, what will be eventually coming out, 2024 schedule or anything of that business, what are some good outlets that people can visit online?
Yeah, so BHR, Bates Hamilton Racing, you just type that in, you'll find it under Instagram, Facebook, and then obviously myself. I try and post regularly, pretty much just jokes and making fun of myself these days. But just type in my name, Justyn Indiana Cox, and it'll pop up along every social media presence. And we'll have a schedule out. I'm sure once all the other schedules get going, we'll get one really quickly done. And designs and T-shirts and all that. We're really good at keeping updated on that. We'll hopefully tag along and follow us. We have some pretty devoted fans that are super awesome, and it's a great little community.
Well, I'm hoping to get a hold of one of those Justyn Cox shirts, because I've tried 3 times and they've all ran out of medium. So that means you're doing something. That means you're literally selling T-shirts. So
yeah, Lori Hamilton handles all that. It's been pretty cool. I used to always have to handle the mess of T-shirts, and it's a lot. It's a lot of that extra work. I don't think people realize what drivers go through, but I have a car owner that handles it all for me, and she sets up booths at some of the races. And I've seen a lot of Justyn Cox shirts around, which is a nice change of pace. So they are out most of the time. They're at the trailer after the races. Just got to come ask and get them while they're hot, because they do tend to run out in a lot of different sizes pretty quickly.
Well, it's been great catching up with you, my friend. Best of luck at Trophy Cup this weekend, and obviously the rest of the season.
Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it, buddy.
Well, that is going to do it for this interview. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit the like and subscribe button on whatever platform you found this interview at. It really helps us grow the channel, and we greatly appreciate it. In the meantime, we'll be back with more content and interviews in the future. Be sure and have a great evening or a great rest of your day, whatever time you're listening.